muted. Today, we're pleased to offer a special edition of Table Topics. At our last meeting, which was a speakathon, we first want to thank Vincent and Sandra for their creative design of the evaluation sessions, and that objectives were to give each speaker deeper insights about their presentations from multiple perspectives and multiple evaluators. The evaluators shared what they had heard, what they had felt, and what was seen by each evaluator. It was indeed a sincere and innovative approach to provide genuine, effective feedback. To that end, today's table topic session is dedicated to elucidate your feedback of the speechathon itself. What each one of you heard, what each one of you felt, what each one of you saw, and what areas of improvement and what areas of excellence were on display at that meeting. So let's begin. And I would love to begin with Jessper. Jessper, would you complete the sentence? My experience with our speechathon was.
Thank you, Table Topics Master Muriel. My experience with the speechathon was to be continued. I did not get the opportunity to watch it because I was out of town. But I would be hoping that someone in the club would elucidate the opportunity, because I heard great things about the speeches. Although I was not there, there was positive feedback about the speakers and the evaluators. So although I was out of town, I would have loved the opportunity to be here. I hope to see it again, maybe next year or the year after, or maybe at a sooner time. But if someone could elucidate the opportunities, I would very much appreciate it. But I had heard so much great feedback. So thank you, Table Topics Master Muriel.
Well, I'm so happy that I gave you so many opportunities to use the word elucidate. And my apologies for not remembering that you were not present at that meeting. Who was there? I know I was there. John White, thank you for saving me. John White, please complete this sentence. My experience with our speakathon was.
Allow me to elucidate. 1, I was there. 2, I am here. 3, I am not speaking. I have a recollection that there was a speakathon. I said, who spoke? I remember Vincent's outrage that I was booted as a speaker. I do remember my friendship strengthened based upon that, but that's not about this. It's not about me skirting the issues. I actually have the 7-page agenda that was laid out. So it was professionally done. There was a lot of preparation. Our founder, who is almost a deity, godlike, gave a great speech about cancer, and there was an evaluation that caused her on how to be better. And in a respectful way, I've never seen such a brilliant evaluation in the midst of such excellence. So I do remember that. I remember Ray Sweeney. I think he was not wearing a sweatsuit or a tracksuit, so I did feel disappointed and let down because he had worn that before. And then I do remember Muriel Shabazz confusing Jimmy Carter with Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z. I thought her, of all people, would have been crystal clear. So that is my elucidation. There was some obfuscation with respect to Carter, but I will just leave it at that. I don't want to hog the stage. I know you want to ask the question of others. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Mr. Distinguished Toastmaster John White. Ray Sweeney, I saw you at the meeting, and I heard you were at the meeting. And so I have a question for you, Ray Sweeney. Ray, one area of improvement you would like to have in our next speechathon would be what, Ray Sweeney?
Well, Muriel, let's begin. Let me take over from John there and elucidate that. Yes, I was present. 2, I am speaking this evening. 3, John's talking about a tracksuit that I wore a month ago. And if I remember rightly, the speakerthon, I was the general evaluator. That's right. So I gave a general appraisal of how well we did. And I remember singing the praises of Vincent and Sandra and how well it went. Now, back to your question. What would we like to see at the next meeting? Remind me?
Yes, that's it. What would you like to have or to see or to feel? Hopefully you'll be present. Hopefully you won't be speaking in our next speaker-thon. Take your choice.
Right. Well, based on John's clothing choices, I'd like to see us all in tracksuits. How's that? I think we should have a speaker-thon in fancy dress. Just to take the edge off. Make it a bit more fun. Because we Toastmasters, we all learn best in moments of fun. So if we're going to have a speaker-thon, let's dress up. Let's be a humorous speaker-thon so we can all make each other laugh. Everybody likes to smile, right?
Yes.
Back to you.
All right. You know, I'm just loving this meeting. Someone I interviewed yesterday said sometimes that we're a little too uptight here at Masters of Evaluation. So we are proving that person not to be correct. Dave Ryan, what value, if any, did you receive from this type of evaluating? Dave Ryan, Mr. President.
Madam Table Topics Master, Muriel. Let's dispense with the formalities. Muriel, firstly, let me elucidate that I was not there. But that's okay. I did study the agenda and regretted not being able to attend. What I really appreciated in the work that Vincent and Sandra did in preparing the agenda is the scope for different types of evaluations. Different evaluations of the same speeches with a different lens on it, highlighting different perspectives, essentially. And I think that's really valuable because when you get one evaluation, you're only getting one person's perspective. You're getting, you know, maybe, and maybe it's a bit too dilute as well. They're trying to cover the structure, the delivery, the purpose, and all of this stuff all at once. You get a focused evaluations and what did I see? What did I hear? What did I feel? And 2 to 3 minutes on that, surely there's going to be depth that you get from an evaluation like that you don't get from a more superficial one, and getting the different perspectives is valuable. So I'm really looking forward to the next time we do this, and I really like the idea of having multiple evaluations of a single speech. So thanks. Back to you, Muriel.
All right. Thank you, Mr. President. And I want to remind everyone, your answers don't actually have to be truthful. Neither do you have to have been there to give us a response. Who will know? No one. Okay, April. April, may I pose a question to you? Okay, April. Why do you think more members of Masters of Evaluation do not sign up to speak or to take on functionary roles? April?
Good question. I will tell you, though, harking back to the speechathon, I spoke about how it affected my heart. And that was really a vulnerable moment for me to say, be very quiet, and to see how I had been touched. To elucidate further, I felt like, gee, was I up to the task? Could I really tell if somebody was doing a stinky job and that they didn't seem to be taking it seriously, or if they took it too seriously? So there's that. I feel like we need to state up front in the meeting, hey, there's going to be a calendar in chat now. You be thinking about the next 3 meetings ahead to be good advanced planners and commit up front early with the meeting. So by the time our darling Dave Ryan gets to that sheet, it's all complete. It's everybody's chomping at the bit. Even John White gets to do the job he wants to do. So do it up front and we'll be much better about, and also people take different roles so that you can be so well versed in our meetings and making them fabulous. One thing about the tracksuit. No. Let me ask you all to look carefully in our gallery and find Vincent. Look at that man today. What a handsome shirt. What a handsome shirt. Now that color, Muriel, will look fabulous on you. It would look fabulous on most people. So in the future, I want to see that peachy colored shirt on each speaker. Everybody, speaker, you're being peachy about it. And then evaluators, go like me for the raspberries. Woo! That's it.
Thank you, April. I don't know how much time I have left. We're supposed to start at 9:14. We'll go for it till somebody says stop. James Scott Oliver, we missed you at the speechathon. However, I do have a question for you. Are you signed up for free Toast Host? And if yes, are you using it? And if not, why not?
Wow. Spot on. Muriel, this morning I would tell you that I certainly am signed up for Toast Host. I have used it to some degree. However, I have been so conflicted with some new job rulings and so on, which made me absent for that wonderful event that I missed out on, the speechathon. So in the future, I have to pay better attention and be able to get on the call with it. It's difficult for me sometimes when out of the blue, the work calls you at the last minute and knocks you out of the game. So I apologize for not being there. And yes, I am using free Toast Host, not to the degree that it should be used. Back to you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome back. We missed you.
Thank you.
Shawnte, I know you are our word of the day with Elucidate. May I pose a question to you?
Sure.
Okay, Shawnte. Toastmasters International does not require evaluations in order for speeches to be approved. That was a total revelation for me just last week. Thank you, Sandra Savage. What are your thoughts about this? And yes, I did check it out with T.I. Shawnte, Toastmaster International does not require evaluations in order for speeches to be approved. What are your thoughts about this? And yes, I did call 720-439-5050 extension 2 to find out if that was correct.
Muriel, the fact that you have T.I.'s phone number and extension memorized is telling, but I will not elucidate on that because that could be a whole conversation for a whole other day. But I was surprised to find out as well that we did not focus on evaluations in at least in one of the pathways. I had noticed that it was not in the path that I was on, but when Sandra brought it to our attention, I was flabbergasted. I think it's important. I think it's probably one of the most important parts of being a Toastmaster, as giving valuable feedback, not just on our speeches, but in life is crucial. How we give feedback to our coworkers at the office, how we give feedback to our peers. It changes, though it can change and affect the way people look at us. Sometimes our intent is great, but if the way that we're giving them that evaluation of how we're feeling or what they've done or what we feel they should have done can really, one, break somebody's spirit if we give it to them in the wrong way. But the flip side is it can help really uplift somebody who may be feeling doubt in what they're saying or doing, and making sure that we're giving feedback in a valuable way can also change the way somebody grows within their self and life. So thank you for that great question, Madam Tippleton.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, Sandra Savage, Madam General Evaluator. I will stop the table topics now and turn it back to Mr. Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster.
So I am now going to turn it over to another evaluator, and that is Shawnte. Are you the table topics evaluator? Who's the table topic?
I'll be subbing in for Shawnte.
Thank you very much, John.
So I'll be evaluating the table topics. Well, let me just say, it's clear that this club is on a mission, that certain leaders in our club have decided to make this club a better functioning club and a better at evaluation, really doing some soul searching, taking inventory and taking action. And Muriel just jumped in. I should have read the agenda. I didn't realize we were starting so early with that. But I love the questions. What was your experience there? She had to fish for 3 people to actually answer that. I was happy to bail her out. Then there was a question of how could we improve it? What was the value? And then she went to overall about the meeting itself. How can we get people to be more involved in signing up for functionaries? And this thing about getting credit for speeches without an evaluation. Again, to underscore the blasphemy that there could actually be value without an evaluation. Everything was geared to reinforce the importance of evaluation and therefore to heighten the importance of our mission as an advanced evaluation club. Great introduction, Muriel. Great questions. Let me highlight some of what I really enjoyed. David Ryan, he wasn't present. By the way, Jessper, great job. For the first time I saw a deer in the headlight, I thought you were going to actually leave, and then you quickly adapted. So I've never seen an awkward moment, and you handled it well. You handled it well. I sweated for you. So well done. David Ryan, a true leader. He wasn't there, but he knew what the content was, and he spoke about what was covered. That's a prepared leader. That was an excellent job. April, I always have viewed you as a humorous, insightful, great observational skills. Today in your evaluation and then also in your table topic response, I found an inspirational, motivational, I want to be like April. It's like, I want to go out and run or just make myself better. It was just really wonderful. Scott Oliver, you weren't there. You were there today. You mailed it in. It was fine. But I love your gift of language. When you said your schedule makes you absent, you're one of those guys that gives a little extra juice to your impressive vocabulary. So we know what to attend to if we can't lock in for 2 to 3 minutes. So I really love listening to you in your command of the language and how you deliver it. Shawnte was flabbergasted. I haven't heard that word in a while. That was wonderful. And what she did really well, we all are talking about trying to make evaluations more important, get better at it. Shawnte drove home a point that we don't often hear, but it's important. What are you doing with your Toastmaster training out in the outside world? And she often strikes on that tone and that message. So that was very important, I thought. As far as areas for improvement, I don't know about you. I can say that there was a speak-a-thon. Beyond that, I don't have much detail. I would have been dead without this document close at hand. I know table topics were supposed to surprise folks and they can't prepare, but given that this was an inventory, a soul searching, how can we improve? At least a heads up that it's going to be discussed. You don't have to tell us the questions, but I don't know if everyone was prepared to address them. The other one was, and it worked out just fine. Perhaps it'll work on to know who and who not was present. That would be good. And then finally, you said you don't really have to answer the question. Given the importance of these questions, I think that's not true in this instance. Generally, it's true. In this instance, I want the damn truth is what I heard from everyone today. Give it to me. Give me a kiss afterwards. Say it's going to be okay, but give me some tough love. Get the belt out. All right. Sorry. Back to you, General Evaluator. Sorry about the belt.
Thank you.